I am Victoria Hilt, and I'm a member of the Alliance National Parent Partnership Council. This month, we are continuing to highlight parents and grandparents as heroes and acknowledge the roles that families play in helping their children or grandchildren manage them, the emotions that come in the day-to-day and throughout the pandemic. So I have with me today my dear friend, Martha Reeder from Little Rock, Arkansas, and she is here to share with me about being a grandparent. Thank you for being here with me today, Martha.
Glad to be here, and one of my favorite things to talk about, my grandchildren.
So my question for you today is, what tools do you find yourself reaching for when you are helping your grandchildren get to the next step in managing emotions?
Well, as a grandparent, sometimes when you observe certain behaviors that your grandchildren have, makes you stop and think, did my kids do that? Is that normal? Does that seem right? Is there something that I can do to help? And, obviously, I'm kind of a worrier. So sometimes I worry, is that going to manifest itself in some other way? So, but one of the things that I have always found is that I keep an arsenal of things at my house for my grandchildren. I have huge stockpile of things to do, arts and crafts and painting and putting together, all the supplies I need for at a moment's notice that we can create things together and do things together. And we also provide lots of dress up clothes for them to do. I have a big pile of clothes. It's a big mess when they all get into that and they start tearing them out. But they have such a great time doing that. And we also, my husband and I are both musicians, so we have tons of musical instruments around the house, and they really like to play the piano, play the drums, I have a xylophone, I have all sorts of a thumb piano, all sorts of interesting, unusual instruments all over the house. And rather than tell them what to do, the thing they love to do the most is just explore and discover what they want to do. And most of all, it is a way of expressing themselves. So if they're having a difficult day, painting a picture, playing a song on my piano, doing other things that really just kind of are a way to deal with their emotions. And then they love sharing that with you. And sometimes they'll talk about it. What is that song about? What is that painting? Sometimes with the little ones, you can't really tell exactly what the painting is about. But they can explain it to you, and you can listen and hear what they're thinking about. And I remember what it was like to have young children and how busy my life was at that time. And sometimes they really just need you. They need your attention. So at any time when I have the blessing of having them in my home, I try to give them my full attention. And oftentimes that might mean they'll crawl up into my lap and I'll read them a story. I let them choose what story they would like to read. And we sit and I read to them. And I've never had any of them say, "Oh, I don't want to do that," because they love to just have your complete and undivided attention, and time to read together and cuddle together. And I think that sometimes that is the most important thing you can do.
Thank you so much for sharing this with us, Martha. I love imagining you with your grandchildren and doing all those fun things together. And I just want to thank you so much for sharing your perspective. It's so valuable. And I want to thank you for being your grandparent and being involved. So thank you so much for answering these questions for us today. And I hope that you have a great day.
You're very welcome.